in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house, and today we are doing a big PulseChain special, of course, and it is fantastic news. Of course, Richard Hart, of course, is kickstarting the promotions for PulseChain, which is pretty exciting. And of course, he's revealed the device that is being sent out to people in the mail. So this is going to be really, really exciting. We know he's done this many times before, and this is one of his King's signature moves, and so we're very excited about it. Also, apparently appears to be some of the Amazon bestseller products as well for writing pads for both children and adults. So it looks like he's done his homework as usual. So yeah, we're going to talk about that coming up. We're going to see what some of the community thinks about it. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about it as well. Just obviously be constructive about comments, but other than that, get in there and let us know. Obviously, if you are watching, don't forget to share the show on X and on YouTube. Really does help a lot, as you guys know. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels and on X as well, so that's 4 channels, and you guys help a lot spreading the word. So if you're bullish about PulseChain and crypto moving forward, pump your own bags. That's all we can say. So that is the link right there. Just takes a moment to hit the repost button. We got DJ and Hexagon House. We got Superman. Lots of love. Appreciate that. Big shout out. DGN says, I hope I get a LCD doodle pad, says DGN. Yeah, there'll be a lot of people wanting one, that's for sure. And there's going to be lots of them out there sending out, so pretty exciting. Q-Baller says, morning all. I'd like one as well, a DGN Hexagon. That's from Q-Baller. Nice one. I like that. See, it's already popular already. I'm going to just pin the show to the top of the channel. Don't forget to share that around also. On X. I'm pinning it to the top there on X. We got Pukadu in the house there. Let's go indeed. And I think that's well worthy of a what? Yeah, that's right. That's it. That's how we roll. Yeah, let's go indeed. I think we're going to appreciate that. So we're going to get into the main content, of course. We're going to get into the crypto markets, see where PulseChain markets are at. And then we're going to get into the main topic, which is Richard Hart's devices. And we're going to break that down with a lot of opinions from the people in the community. And so, yeah, let's get into that. It's been quite viral since he posted it. So without further ado, let's get into the crypto market. In fact, let's go full screen, as we often do with the crypto. So we've got the crypto at the moment, 3.855 trillion. We've got 18,498 coins. Obviously, it's a lazy Sunday in the US, and we just started Monday here in New Zealand. And of course, we got Bitcoin right now at $108,555, down 0.5% on the 24 hours. We've got Ethereum there at number 2 is at $4,422, down is actually up 0.4%. That's kind of cool. We got XRP at number 4 is down 1.4% at $2.80. We got BNB at number 5 down 0.5% at $365. So not really, just moving sideways really. Solana at the moment down 1% at $203. We got number 9 is Doge, and that is down 1% at 21.5 cents. And finally, our top 10 is Tron, up 0.5% at 34 cents. So we got Tron and Ethereum there are up slightly. So that's kind of cool. Best performer is, of course, those two. Basically, Tron really 0.5% up at the moment. We got the best performer over the last week. Let's see here. They're all down, unfortunately, but is, I guess, Bitcoin. Is it? No, Solana. Solana 0.8% is relatively the best performer there. It was green yesterday. It was the only one next green. There we go. Top performer in the top 100. Kronos still crushing it, 88%. Sitting at number 23. Story IP up 28% there, sitting at number 58. Qcoin there up 11.8% for the week. It's sitting at number 71. Pole or X-Matic, as Matic was, and of course Matic was one of the popular chains last bull market. Up 11% there at number 49, and then Pi Network trying to make a little bit of a move, but very weak indeed, up 4% there at 36 cents. And of course, it is what it is. All right, so let's go to the top 1,000. We've got the Spirit of Gambling, and we've got Concordium and Worthless. So we might have a quick look at some of these. These in the top 1,000. So Spirit of Gambling is sitting at 947 position. It looks like it's had some pretty mad gains since it launched. 21st of June, last couple of months, had a nice super rally and has come back and it's trying to make, I guess it's still got the downtrend, I guess, but it's trying to make a little bit high there at 3.8 cents. That is on Solana chain. Let's have a look at, was it Tokabu art? So it looks like an art, crypto art here. So have a quick look. The spirit within you, it says. Spirit of gambling. Okay. It doesn't really say much else apart from that. So there we go. It's got an offering in there as well. I'm not sure whether we're supposed to click on that. Fingers crossed. Purity.finance. So there we go. So the purity.finance is where it leads to. You have to connect your wallet to Purify, etc. So maybe it has a little bit of a DeFi thing to it. That's let me know if you've been on Tokabu there. Let's go to the next one, which is it's flipped here, but Concordium was also on the list. So have a quick look at that. So number 677. It's been around since February 2022, so just after the last bull market, really. It's just been a down coin, just on a little bit of up today. And what is it at the moment? So it's got some explorers here, concordium.com. Let's have a quick look at the website just quickly. What's this all about? The road to smart money. There we go. Not quite sure what that's. It's got building and stuff. Layer 1 blockchain. Reject. Layer 1 blockchain for institutions where stablecoins don't just exist, they thrive with built-in trust. So let me know in the chat there if you're in that at all. Concordium. And finally, let's go to the last one, shall we? Which is Loopring. Actually, that's switched something else, didn't it? Loopring. I've been on Loopring before, so this one is not too unfamiliar there. 412. Old Loopring. I can't remember. It's on Ethereum. Yeah. And that's been around for some time, isn't it? So yeah, 2017, November 14th. So there we go. It's pretty much flatlining, but it's moving a little bit at the moment. Let's quickly go to loopring.io just to finish up the review of the top 1,000, at least the ones that are performing on the list there. And bam, Loopring DeFi announcement closure. Okay, 31st of July. Looks like they're closing the DeFi business there. So that looks not sure what's going on there. Pretty much dead. All right, so that was pretty much it. I remember Loopring back in the day. Trending right now, Ethereum, a poll, and official Trump are on the trending lines here. So that's pretty much it for crypto. We're going to get into, of course, PulseChain next. That was a chicken with the crypto. Pugadu says RH will have his glory. He will indeed have his glory. I'm sure of that. And Diamond Hands in there with the salute. Nice. Don't forget to share the channel around, guys. Spread. Sharing is caring, as they say. All right, so we're going to get into PulseChain, shall we? Day 842. We're going to look at the markets next before we get into our main topic, which is Richard Hart and the promotions and marketing devices. So there we go. What do we got there? We got Pulse at the moment, day 842. PulseChain was a full system state fork of Ethereum on the 10th of May 2023 and launched on the 30th of May 2023. So if you had coins back on Ethereum back then, you'd have them on PulseChain. You better hurry up and get it and find out what coins you got if you have. That's all we can say. We got Pulse there at 000429, up 3.8%. So we've got a little bit of a move on Richard's post that we're going to look at in a minute. We got PulseX at 000313, up 4%, 4.2, let's say. The buy and burn sitting at 7.69, pretty similar to yesterday, but probably obviously up a little bit. Incentive token there, up 3.86% at $1.60. But look at the winner today. Good old Hex at 96 hundredths of a penny, up almost 10%, 9.91%. But EHEX has stayed the same. EHEX is still sitting at 17 hundredths of a penny. So a little bit slow on that move, which is what we've tended to see these days. So that is where we are right now. Now, as I understand it, on EHEX, BankX only has 63 million EHEX left, which is, it's slowly, probably for some people may make that a little bit more attractive. But that's where we're getting to at the moment. Why so dim says Rudy Giuliani ripped. Did he actually die in that accident? I knew he was severely injured in a car accident, but he actually died, did he? Oh, wow. Yeah, he was a great mayor and a patriot for the country. So he served his country proud. I'm pretty sure he's a Christian, so he'll be in heaven there, meeting Jesus. So that's the positive side. But yeah, certainly will be missed on this side of reality, let's say. This side of reality. How do you like that one? Did you like that one? Skojak and House there. Good morning, all. Big shout out there, Skojak. And we've got Sean as well. Morning, champions. Good to see you, Sean. Welcome. Bound for glory. Unlike the palm trims as well. Maybe you're working for Crypto Paradise there, Sean, with the old palm trees. They'll like that. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. Let's have a look at the gas prices. We got the beats at the moment, 712 beats. Looks like we had a little spike there earlier. We got 1 cent for a PulseX swap right now. Validators, 52,400 validators. And what else there? The bridge. The bridge is 108.2 million. So pretty similar yesterday, isn't it? Pretty similar yesterday as the old bridge there. So that's the overview of PulseChain. It's my jam, says Sean. It's my jam. Yeah, the palm trees, yeah. I don't see where he died. It says he's in critical condition. Yeah, that's what I was understanding. He was in critical condition. But I hadn't heard that he had actually died. So we might have to double check that. I like to take people at their word, but we'll see how that goes. Well, at the moment, let's have a look at the market cap. 19.8 million is the 24-hour volume, and we've got 282,000 transactions on the 24-hour. And let's see what these are. So obviously we have lots of new pump tires launch and other coins. So no endorsement. I'm just reading out what's on the performance list at the moment from the DexGreen's default view, 24 hours. So we got a new token called I don't have no idea, Saurus Rich there, and that is it's not that the evil empire guy, is it? That one's wrecking on the left, that's wrecking everything, and that is up 1600% in the last 11 hours. So what's volume? It's at 373k volume over 37k liquidity. Still seems to be holding up, which is pretty interesting, actually, to be honest. Let's have a quick look at it. Just it's a T-Rex, is it? T-Rex there. Now I don't know the safety of this protocol, remember? So don't just because we're looking at it doesn't mean that it's very good. So that is pretty much, it's got a little picture in it. So someone's paid for a little picture. That is the chart right now. Buyer beware. We got 2 more weeks is also up there. Been around for 3 hours. Another pump tires, no doubt. And it looks like for the same people, right? Looks like the same people almost, but maybe it's not. And that's where it is at the moment. They've got any details in there? 2 more weeks. The meme coin that's eternally 2 more weeks away. So lots of 2 more weeks, lots of memes. Now, I'm going to be doing a live stream on memes. So Battle of the Memes. We know that Rack Michelle's going to be doing part of his site's going to have a Battle of the Memes, which I think is a very good idea. And have a place where that can sort of people can battle out, and they're going to burn the winning token, right? So that have that on the cycle, it could be pretty popular. But we're gonna see. Now, only so many, we got, so many pump tires get bonded over on pump tires and then come over to PulseX, right? They graduate, as they say. Only so many do. There's obviously a lot of, teams out there trying to get token after token over there, for the pump. And I think what they get at least a 2x, and sometimes if it takes off, they can get, tens of X's, right? There's only going to be so many that are truly going to win, though, right? There's only going to be, a couple that, a couple of dogs, maybe a dog, maybe a cat, maybe a peacock. There's only going to be so many that are going to actually do well long term, right? Most of them will just, pump and dump and die, right? So, but I'm going to think we might do a live stream about that, and I'd love to get everybody's opinion on why they think meme coins are going in the cycle. Obviously, meme coins, there's always a big market for it. In terms of doing well, we obviously have DeFi and GameFi and other stuff. We might do a show on that maybe tomorrow. Let's see how we go. Let's see how the news goes. But that's kind of where we are right now. We got Pikachu there that was launched apparently by Firewall, and that's up 73%. So making a bit of a comeback after the big sell-off. Let's have a quick look at this one, and let's see where that's going. So this is the hourly. Let's go to. Is it the alley? Yeah, it's actually making a bit of a comeback, isn't it? Actually, that's kind of interesting. And so it got pumped and got sold down here. And apparently on this pump, Fire was pumping heaps of hex or something into it. That's what I heard. But anyway, that got sold down to 00025. Now it's back up to 00065. So people that have taken the risk there, making a bit of a gain there. It's a retail play, of course, but. 2.6x in 2 days. That's not too bad. Then we got Bria, and of course we see a big comeback with Bria, with Rack and Michelle, and it seems like Miss Michelle all in the Telegram supporting this again. We've seen a whole ton of posts on that. We'll probably pick that out later on and check that out. Maybe that could be a bonus topic. We'll have checked that out later on. So we'll take that over there and we'll check out some of the posts. It seems to have. gone from pump to chaos to support or stability again. So the battle's on. And of course, they've been battling on with who? The Peacock crew, right? The Peacock from Louis Swap. So there's a bit of a battle going on there. Little brother, big brother, or little brother become big brother? I don't know. We'll see. We got Oink Bank there. Oinks. We haven't heard a lot much from that team for a while, but they've been doing their thing, and that's up 37%. In fact, I think it was Matt and Barley asked me about that yesterday. There we go. So Oink on the move, and we have seen Oink before, I think, in the Monster thread a couple of months back. So a big shout out to that team. They seem to be continuing on with their basically like a big reinvestment DAO or something like that, isn't it? The old Oink. We've got Peppy Meme, 6 months, pumped tires, up 33%. We've got Hex pumped tires up 30%. So, some nice little gainers there from some of the meme coins and pumped tires. What else? We've got ALGO, a Hex derivative there, up 9%. Obviously, Hex, so we saw that is almost 10% up today. Well, this is almost up 19% on ALGO, so really nice play there. Dump Tires, another meme coin for 28 days ago, up 90%. Zendog, we saw, launched 6 months ago, up 18%. Printer, Ink Printer. So this is obviously Ink Printer is one of the 4 liquidity forks. We obviously have an Ink Dollar, and we also have the main coin, right, the Ink Printer there, and that is up 16%. Let's have a quick look at Ink Printer. This is versus INC, of course, which is its collateral, right? The collateral used for this liquidity fork is INC, just to tidy off all the PulseChain calls, and you can kind of see it's just being pumped a little bit today. So there we go. That is the Ink Printer. So expecting more from Fast Abdul, a whole ton of stuff apparently coming out from him. He's working with many teams. One of them apparently is going to be Incincerator, which I guess is going to be burning INC or something. We'll see. Now we've got Unity, which we're going to talk about too. So I'm going to pull Unity out. That's going to be a bonus topic later on. So we'll keep Unity over on the mark there. And Unity is up over $21. And for those in Strategy Club or Discord, it's heading towards my price range. That being said, of course, the days are counting down because I think we've still got enough days left to hit that night. And of course, we get some bit of positivity in PulseChain. Then I think it's all looking good for that. We got Xavier. This is not officially Xavier. This is set up by other people, but that's still doing okay, up 13%. We got Kishka there. Been around for 6 months, pumped tires as well, up 13%. And they've got good old Hex. So the rich heart cause, Hex there sitting between number 15 and number 20 pairs. Look at that. Woohoo! All up about 10%, just over 10% on some of the pairs there. So Hex on the move. Reserve take. Now you see this price of Hex under 1 penny. We know that one day in the future, people are going to laugh about how the fact they didn't buy it at this price. It's going to be funny. It's going to look back. I should have. Would I had like 2 years, 3 years? We're going to hear that story. It's going to be funny. So we've got Treasury Bill right now. That's up at 9.8%. That's number 21. And then Hexagon there, one of the Pulsalium Farm incentive tokens, or reward tokens, I should say. Hex A. And that's around Hex, of course. That's up 9.6%. And then we've got another Hex pair there. Reserve Tay again. Then we get to number 25. So number 25 is our second biggest DEX, right, which is 9mm. And that is up that's at 2.2 cents, up 9%. Now, the thing about this, I think they've got the NFT collection, and you get a share of the revenue that they have, with particularly parts of their business, like liquidity and stuff. And I think they sold out 11,000 NFTs. I think so, 9mm. So well done to them. And they've got other NFTs, another NFT collection. So I haven't really fully studied it, but they did sell out the NFT. So that's pretty amazing. 11,000. That's pretty impressive. No doubt there's some bulk buying there for the revenue, right? Bulk buying. But we'll keep a lookout for that as well. So that's 9mm. And the charts, the chart's not doing too bad. We know that this will probably, with all probability, be aggressively repriced in the bull market for PulseChain because obviously it's the second biggest DEX and all the value goes through it, right? But that is where we are right now on the chart. Let me autopilot that because it's a little bit weird. Right? So that's the chart right now. So pretty good buying range, right in the middle kind of thing. And PulseChain takes off, then that's all going to probably take off there. Probably, right? Playing probably. Very probable. It's probably the play. So what else there? We got PTC the Greys sitting at number 27 after the big sell-off. 4,500. 4,500. So when I say 4,500, normally I'm just knocking off the zeros. If it's got a lot of zeros, it's knocking the zeros off. So 4,500. There we go. How about that? It's better than saying like 10 thousandths of a penny or something like that. Whatever. So that's kind of the play there. What else we got there? Number 28, we got X right now at 8.8%. Let's have a quick look at PGC to Gray's die before we get too far away from it. But that is the chart right now. That's versus the die. And it's one of our biggest market caps, right? So we're going to look at that, actually. Should we look at that before we get into our main topic? Because I'm just seeing the time here. We're doing 20 minutes. We're doing good time. We've got a little bit of time to discuss things a little. So that's pretty much where we are. X, of course, is up 8.8% time dividend, which is one of the best charts on the PulseChain. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I know it's had a lot of violent ups and downs, but that's looking pretty good, isn't it? 4,300 a penny. And this is like a DEX too, right? In the sense, there's a wallet and a DEX, so you're getting the best of both worlds. And when we say DEX, more like DEX aggregator, right? Which you can swapping fees. You hold the time token, you get swapping fees. And they're getting a bit of press too on Change Now, doing X spaces with Change Now and exchanges on there and every sort of stuff. That's okay. KG's getting a bit of notoriety there. What's about 85,000 downloads, something like that. It's starting to gain traction there. What did Uniswap get? Uniswap was doing over $100 million or something, even more now, right? I think so. Yeah. Food for thought there. What else? Let's scroll down here a bit here. So that's number 29. Number 30 is XRP, pump tires. Excuse me, up 6.6%. So those are our top 30, and not too bad. A bit of a green day, so maybe Richard's made a bit of impact on there. We've got because the markets, Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty flat, so it looks like we've had a bit of a move there. And of course, PulseChain's up slightly, right? So let's see if we can get double digits on PulseChain. Fingers crossed. Okay, Teddy Bear from James and Maria up 6% there. BFF, OG Web Chef, I guess, up 6% there. They're dominating all the way to number 35. Then we get to number 36, which is Love.io from Anders. Although I think he loves PDC more than he loves Love.io. I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the chat. So that's up 5.9%. We've got SolidX at the moment, $9.45. Super cheap in my view, but obviously not financial advice. You've got to say that, right? This is the way it goes. We've got SolidX there, and that's $9.45. So pretty good pickup. Troper there, of course, with James and Maria, along with Teddy Bear, sitting in the mix there at number 36, up 5.7%. And then along with SolidX, we've got X Game, right? All part of the same team, and that's currently sitting at 0.3 of a penny, up 5%. Then we've got Pump Tires, kind of the branded Pump Tires, the Richard Hart token for Pump Tires itself, sitting at number 39, and that's at 1.4 cents, up 4.3%. So we've got to look at that one as we go. So that is Pump Tires. How does it look overall? Pretty good, actually, doesn't it? I'd say that's not quite average. It's kind of slightly above average. Just getting ready to rock and roll, is it? Getting ready to rock and roll. What do you guys reckon? Let's get the RSI on there. Look at Pump Tires. This is kind of the branded Pump Tire name. So this should do very well, plain probability again, given the Pump Tires. And at 1.4 cents. And the RSI, plenty of room to move on the daily. Look at that. Woohoo! So we've got a 4 hourly for that chart. A little bit on the up and up. You can see it's pulling back a little bit. But maybe the uptrend continues. Uptrend continues there. So there's a good old Pump Tires. Who else? That's 39. Let's get up to UFO along with PGC at number 41 at 4% as well. Rhinofy, and of course Rhinofy making some tokenomic changes there with their recharging. That's their special features, basically like a, what do you call it? A 28-day recharge DAO. Let's call it that. It's kind of like a recharge DAO. That's kind of one way of thinking about it, maybe. And let's have a good look, see what the balance is right now. Let's go look at the balance. Let's sneak peek. Don't tell Rhinofy we're having a look at the charge cycle. We're not charge cycle. I don't think we're up to 2 yet, are we? Are we up to 2? Yeah, we are up to 2. It's charge cycle 2. And what have we got in there? We've got Rhinofy charge balance, 457 million pulse. The pulse goal is 450. So they've got too much. They got too much, as we say, or we say in New Zealand, too much too Mickey. I don't know. Too much too Mickey. I think it's fun of a childhood sort of thing, but it sticks with you. We've got 150 million pulse at the moment in the current buying burn. This is like the DAO side. This is like the treasure. This is like the active buying and burning. So 150 million still in there and ticking away. Pretty cool. Now, oh boy, we're close to the end of a 28-day period, guys. So in 1 day and 16 hours, this looks going to get triggered. Now, originally that was going to be 50% goes into the buy and burn, but I think they've done some changes there. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. If you know, remember, write it in the chat there. But that's going to be going in there, so they're going to get a booster in there regardless, because they definitely have a good amount going in there as well. And it looks like they've earned another 21.8 million in reflection. They got a 6% buy and sell tax. And it looks like they've earned another 21.8 million into the charge there. So things are going pretty well. Pretty real gold for Ridify. Probably a sleeping giant, as it says, and bounced off 00072. Is now at 0007800 there on the move. So keep a lookout for that one. You've got to remember that as you move forward, you're probably going to probably got a more diamond hand community, because they're pretty tight knit community in there. And of course, the more diamond hand a community is, the more likely you're going to get upward price pressure, right? Because you've got more buying going on there than selling. And if you keep marketing and promoting as they are doing, I think recently they were on a live stream, then that goes up and up. So there we go. That's a big shout out to the Rhinify team. Who else? Let's have a look at Staked Ether there. One of the PulseChain fork copies is up 4%. Doubt token there, one of the pump tires there, pretty big community and pump tires, probably one of the bigger ones. So if we talk about Battle of the Memes, doubt token probably one of those. Up 3.8% there. And I think was the founder there, was it Ponzi Chad? Is it Ponzi Chad maybe? Or Ace, as people know. Was also had just stepped down from Bria dog token, right? And now Icy and is it Pesky Girl? I think it's Pesky Girl. I can't remember exactly. So if I botched it up, sorry. We got INC there, $1.60, up 3.8%. Secret Conspiracy pump tires, 4 months at 3.6% there at the moment, number 46. What else is in the chill here? We're going to go up to number 50 today. We're going to 50. So we've got 50 is, well, it was going to be Mo's token, but it's Teddy Bear again. So we've got a ton more Teddy Bear pairs in there at 50. So those are top 50 right now. Well, Apine Pulse just switched into 50, but that's up 3%. So that's pretty much it. So we got a lot of coins doing not too bad. I'll do some honorable mentions that are probably below the price rise, the Pulse rise at the moment, which is top hat from Crypto Coffee Sparta there with the hex down. Trump official token there at number 57. 9-inch down here, the third biggest DEX, right, on PulseChain, 2.6%. Now, I don't know if 9-inch is going to hold on to that, by the way, unless, Hexy Bastard comes in and does some more stuff. I think there's possibility we'll get a couple of DEXs on PulseChain that will outperform 9-inch. So we'll see though. Question mark. You know what I mean? He got $16 million in the capital raise, so we'll sacrifice. We'll see what he can do there. What else is going? Investor down here at the moment. We've got that number 71 at 1.7%. Let's scroll down, keep going. Mafia token from Jacob at down 1%. And we got number 83. And then we've got Saw Sun Minimal, the big corporate, down 1.1%. We got Blitz, another one of those incentive tokens or reward tokens from Pulsalium. And this is the PulseX version, down 1.4%. Teddy Bear, take over Teddy Bear. Has B Roots or Ian Heinisch been talking much about this, because it's down pretty sad right now, 3% at 1,800 of a penny. So we'll see what happens there. And then we got Fitzgerald Company, fell from grace in the price. Has it stopped? Has it stopped bleeding? What do you guys reckon? 6,600 of a penny. Is that the end? You guys decide. You guys decide on that. What else do we got? Peacock, of course, part of the big meme battle. Now, Peacock has the market cap, right? So Peacock has 3.8 million. I think Bria, is it Bria? Yeah. Bria's market cap at the moment is 611K. So that's bounced off about 400K, is it? I think so. Let's have a quick look at that. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but what's the market cap there? Let's go to the daily on the old Bria. The battle between Bria and Peacock. It makes for a good live stream. We might do one on that. It was down at 286K. So we're going to talk about that coming up as well. So we might keep Peacock there. That's probably the top of our market cap review. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll come back to those little meme battles there. And we're going to get into the big news here with Richard Hart. How about do that? Before we do that, though, let's catch up on the chat. And don't forget, if you guys are out there on X, don't forget to share the channel around, to smash that repost. We're in the main topic now, half an hour into the show. So let's get it out there for sure. Right. See, I'm looking at the screen. I'm not looking at the camera. It's a little bit weird. I look at the camera when I do the open, but it's a bit weird looking into a camera. If you guys know what I mean. If you wonder why I'm always looking down slightly, it's because I'm looking at the screen rather than the camera there. Hi, everybody. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty fun. What else? We got Sean is in the house, of course. Let's see here. We got Sean says pads are genius. Green candles to come. That's from Sean. How about that? That's pretty nice, Sean. Anita in the house as well. Good morning. Good morning, Anita. And a big wave to you as well. We've got Wookie in the house there. Win Unity. Yeah, Unity's been crushing it. We're going to be talking about Unity later on. So that's definitely coming up. So yeah, we'll be talking about Unity. It is performing like a boss, and because we covered that from the beginning, being big supporters, of course. Christine says, "Howdy, Suitman." Hey, Christine, good to see you as always. Pleasure. Welcome to the chat as well. And Wookie says, "Wookie can feel the force today." Yeah, boy. Yeah, if people want to join Strategy Club, I highly recommend it. We're going to be doing a monthly update. Probably come out tomorrow, maybe. Yeah, probably tomorrow, and that is for the monthly updates. So you want to get in the Strategy Club, only $35 a month, fantastic value, and you get a monthly report. You get access to the Kryptonite Show Top 10 Index for PulseChain. You get access to a whole ton of intel. We flow intel into it on a regular basis, both crypto, PulseChain, and other chain topics that might do really well. And then also we have a lot of strategy chats as well. So really good value getting in Strategy Club. So look forward to signing up today. Links in the video description. It will take you to the Whoop store, which is a pretty popular Whoop store, one of the two main sort of stores, and you can join up there, and we'll see you in the Discord. There's also the standard membership, which is $12.50. You can join up to that as well. It is a private Discord, of course. There's about 1,100 people in there. And I look forward to joining the community. Woohoo! Maybe, I don't know, maybe the biggest, certainly the first, as far as I know, PulseChain community. The only other one out there, which is kind of quasi, PulseChain is probably Trayvon's. I'm not really sure of anyone else that's on Discord. You guys can let me know if that is the case. There's a lot of obviously groups, but we're definitely on there early, years and years ago. All right, so let's get into it. Richard Hart, the drum roll, please. We're going to have a drum roll for this. Drum roll. Mm-hmm. Let's add the doorbell. No, this was funny. All right, it's a comedy show, guys. All right, let's get into it. So, Richard Hart, awesome stuff, has announced this awesome news today. And of course, everyone was speculating about what these electronic devices were. Everyone was talking about 200,000 devices. Well, what's different here? 400,000. So we've got double the money. We know that there's going to be millions of these, right? We know there's going to be millions of these. But 400,000 electronic LCD tablets have been donated to charity. Now, these are basically writing tablets, so we're going to talk more about that. Charity. So volunteers are currently addressing them for home delivery. Ching, ching, ching. This is the largest free. Let's read this. This is the largest free device giveaway with such powerful features I've ever heard of. There we go. So something really groundbreaking is the largest free device giveaway with such powerful features I've ever heard of. So, really it's going to make a move here. Now, I know somebody in the past that used to win awards doing stuff like this. And so I think that just straight off the bat, this is a really great idea, So, yeah, very, very cool. It's made to be looked at for years, is unlikely to be thrown away, saves us, I guess that's stress. I guess stress there, saves stress and money. Also works in the sun, which is very cool, and is always on. Only uses electricity to clear when you're clearing the screen. You can even write with your fingernail if you lose the pen. It's a real utility for free. So there we go. Fantastic. People love getting those electronic gifts, don't they? And we're in the age of electronic devices. Go paperless, save trees and dollars. Battery lasts for years, no charging. Colorful screen looks great. Sunlight or shade. Always on screen and writing. And erase button and erase lock switch. Has it's light and durable. Kids love it. And there's a quiet focus for fun, no mess. So pretty cool. You can use the pen as a stand, so it stands up on its own. You just poke it in the hole in the bottom right from behind. Often you can tie the pen to the device, so it's always near you. Bring your own string. You can also replace the battery if you need to. It's a CR2025, so we knew that part of it. Duracell or Energizer CR2025 is $3 at Walmart right now. Random fact, people pay multiple dollars to get things shipped these days. They must value the experience of nice things waiting for them when they get home. Now, who knows, people? Put up your hand if you know people that are addicted to buying stuff online, and it always arrives. And is it a particular gender that likes doing that? You just let me know in the chat there. Particularly, all I can say is I've seen that before. That's all I say. Who's got sisters? Who's got sisters? Put your hand up. But these rumors of a magnetic version coming. So there we go. So it looks like we're going to get a even next level version with the magnetic. These rumors, there's rumors many hundreds of thousands more are in production. So 400,000's the opening mark there, but hundreds of thousands more, and arguably millions are coming. So there we go. Many talk a lot about making the world a better place. Few are those that volunteer or donate to actually make it happen. Lots of keyboard warriors out there. Glory to those good and honest people sweating volunteering their time. So obviously a big shout out to Griffin and others that are helping out with this delivery. Now this is the device, and it's got a little smiley face there. So there we go, pretty cool. So you can see the little pin at the top for those that haven't seen it, and it's kind of cool. You can see the little hole at the bottom right there that people can put the pin in behind it and have it stand up. It's obviously got all the PulseChain names, free coins, PulseChain.com, reliable, hex.com, new coins, pump.tires. It's got free advertising billboard, right? So people go, hey, what's that all about? Free coins, PulseChain.com, reliable, and hex.com. Free coins, PulseChain, reliable, hex.com, new coins, pump tires, and then at the bottom, free coins, PulseChain.com, reliable, and hex.com. There I read it all out. So that's right there in your face. It's obviously got the PulseChain and hex symbols. It's obviously got a clearing bin, there, and people can do all sorts of drawing and writing and stuff like that, both for adults and kids. Adults obviously could just draw all sorts of things on it. Adults can obviously use it for a shopping list or an action list, a do list, maybe spend them time drawing themselves. Lots of different things, I guess, that people can do on that. So kind of cool. So that is from Richard Hart. So that was pretty cool. And that came out, it came out yesterday, didn't it? 6:26. So what's it, about 18 hours ago, approximately? That came out. 373,000 views on that so far. In fact, let's do a refresh and see whether it's got even more on that. So what has it got now? 382,500. So there we are, several thousand since I looked at it. So pretty popular post, and that's more views than Richard Hart has followers. So there we go. You've got about 350,000 followers. So that's a really good ratio there. High engagement, thick game theory, as we say, thick game theory. So pretty cool on that one. We got lots of responses down there, of course. Liberty Swap, Emmett Farms, Nick Hellman. Everyone is replying to the bottom there, and we see lots of cool animations. Look at that. This is, it's already successful. It's not even really delivered yet, and we already got lots of animations and things coming out. Nick Hellman talking about it. There's lots of cool engagement there. Just Ask Mike doing memes about it. There's lots of people in there talking about it. So big influencers like Xavier. Lots of people in there. Look at that. Bam. It doesn't take too long for the community to animate the devices, right? Pretty awesome. So well done to Richard and all the team that are helping out, like Griffin and others. So kind of cool. All right, so this goes on and on and on of people engaging in that post. So pretty cool. All right, so that's kind of cool, but we do have some comments about it, right? So let's look at some of the feedback from the community, shall we? Let's do that, and get yourself in the chat there if you've got any comments also. Let's jump over to Taylor Kennedy. So Taylor says, heads up, guys. These LCD writing tablets have been outselling almost everything on Amazon. Yes, they're ranked amongst Amazon's very best selling items. So there we go. That is from Taylor Kennedy. Now, I thought that was a pretty interesting comment because, Richard Hart does his research, right? He does his research and not going to send something out that he thinks it's going to be not work or something. So pretty cool. And we can see, let's see what comments we got to respond to that. Evidence, AI days, they're not that popular, says somebody. Reference Amazon product pages, best-selling, rank display. There we go. So that is from Taylor there. You're always going to get some, pushback on statements. So there we are. That is pretty cool. There's demand, sure. We got our pictures there. Now we're going to check out that in a bit more detail because here we are on Amazon. So I thought I'd check it myself. And of course, we can see that there's lots of varieties of these LCD displays that people, there's color ones where people are drawing with the pen. You can see all the ones. There's adult ones and children ones, so to speak. So I'm not quite sure too much, maybe the feature rich on that one. And you can see many of them are pretty popular. Now, I've ranked this by bestsellers, but you can definitely see that people are really interested in these devices. And yeah, you could see them being in the households of many, many people, both adults and children, right? So pretty cool. That is from that. So let's jump over to some other comments that we had. Well, we had some. Okay, so we have some evidence that it's a popular device, and of course, Richard Hart would do his research around that, right? And we've had already some nice natural engagement with the community and making all sorts of animations and stuff with it. And then Hex Scout's given us a bit of insights here. Says marketing like a crypto has never seen. Leaks spoke of 200,000 devices per container. Now Richard Hart confirms 400,000 PulseChain Hex branded devices already donated to charity. Does this mean double the impact, 400K per month instead of 200? Over 12 months, that could be almost 5 million devices used daily, highly visible, and with real utility. Even with conservative estimates, 2 to 7% conversion, $500 average investment per user, we're talking about hundreds of millions in fresh capital flowing into the ecosystem. So I guess it's a good summary of potential impact on PulseChain. This isn't short-term hype. This is long-term sustainable adoption. Why will this work? Devices are visible and used daily, constant branding, gift effect, recipients value them and feel rewarded. Multipliers, shared pics and posts create viral reach. Obviously, if some kid's going to say, look what I did to Johnny, Johnny's going to say, wow, that's amazing. I'm going to tell Mary. And Mary goes, wow, that's amazing. And they all go to their mum, can I get one of these? This kind of thing. And what is that device? It's got PulseChain and Hex on it. You know, maybe that's sort of some of the idea there. Polarization, even haters drive engagement and awareness. So people that are, mocking and scoffers, they're all out there, right? They will also be sharing the word about it, right? So you get that negative, positive engagement, I guess one might say. In short, the gift that's actually a marketing tool is in constant use, rooting the ecosystem deeper and making it more visible than ever before. PulseChain keeps making history on multiple fronts. So that is from Hex Scout. So cool. SM says RH is a natural maker and a true visionary. Never in my life have I met someone who understands their craft with such passion and brilliance. So that was from them, Hex Scout, like that. So that is kind of cool. So that is some of the comments there from Hex Scout, and I thought that's kind of cool. Gives you some sort of magnitude of maybe some of the impact that it might have on PulseChain in terms of users and potential capital flow. The other one that we had, of course, is Martin. So Martin says some random thoughts on the devices being mailed, and what seems to start a new chapter for Richard Hart ecosystem. The timing for such a campaign, together with ETH breaking all-time highs, is more than perfect. Richard hinted for potentially 1 million devices to be mailed in total. A quick search of Alibaba shows that an order of this scale can get you an average price of about 35 cents per device. That's $350,000 in total for 1 million devices. And while the logistics are expensive, the whole campaign might be worth a couple of $1 million. And that's probably why a good ballpark of what it might be worth them. Is it worth it? Absolutely. And I can think of any other more effective way, if proven successful, the reach of such campaign would be insane. Now, if we take a cost of a couple $1 million and then we have the upside of potential hundreds of millions of dollars, it's a pretty good payoff. Is it a 1 to 100? Maybe that. I mean, that'd be pretty outstanding. So we'll see. In any case, 1 to 10, 1 to 50. I guess that would all be good too, right? Is it worth it? Absolutely. And I can think of other more effective ways. If proven successful, the reach of such campaign could be insane. Even more, it can later scale to tens of millions of devices mailed worldwide. So yeah, you can just scale up the impact, right? What about the devices? I think they are fun and cool and very unlikely to be thrown away. Bravo. I do hope there is a QR code somewhere that would redirect people to online materials or videos, which brings me to my final point. Now, a lot of people have made that comment about QR codes then. Richard better than anyone knows when to act and when to stay calm. It's action time now. So what I would expect now is him stepping up full force. We might see him back to streaming, but more importantly, we all know that the best onboarding tool is green candles. And you, I would say, I'd add in the people in the community as well. It might finally be the time when stars align and when real fun begins. Congrats if you made it this far. So there we go. That is from what is that? Martin. Martin's there. He often puts a lot of opinion pieces around there. Somi says last chance to sell Hex under $1. And yeah, so it's pretty funny. So lots of comments there around that. So there's another opinion piece there from Martin. Meanwhile, we got Willie also adds into the conversation. And Willie says one overlooked benefit of direct mail exclusive to Richard Hart is haters posting outraged screenshots on X, boosting reach for free. No other direct mail program seems to spark this unique viral effect. So that's a very important aspect to this. And that's from Willie there. And you can see a picture of lots of comments made in the past here from lots of different people around all the different mail outs. We had all these card mail outs with Hex 38% return, etc. People were hand delivering these in their own area. You remember that? We had people getting mail outs, of course, people were arriving with these in the mail, and you can see people showcasing little screenshots of letters and stuff sent out to them. So it's game on. This time we've upgraded. We've gone from cardboard and paper to electronic devices. We'll go next level, guys. Go next level. So that is pretty cool, and that's from Richard Hart, all part of the magical. And you just know, sometimes we may very well just suddenly get one of these, right?
You could get a God candle at any moment.
Yeah.
You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
So yeah, you never know. Might get one of those too. So that is pretty much our coverage of our special topic today. Richard Promotions is about to begin. Now we do know that the van's being delivered today to the warehouse where they're doing all the labeling, and then they're going to take those devices. I don't know how many shiploads, van loads they're going to have to do. There's quite a few boxes there, but they're going to have to take a couple of van loads at least to the mail delivery to deliver them out in the mail. So that's kind of the process we were at right now, based on the information I have seen. So kind of cool. You might see some of that in the monster thread. You just never know. That's coming out today. A monster thread number 17, guys. Number 17 is coming out today. That's later on today, of course, with all the hottest news in the last week. And I know that MBS Crypto editor-in-chief and a promotional lead for the Crypto Night Show is working hard on that. So it's pretty cool. Now, if you're a team out there and you want to get promotions, the only really full-on professional promotions team out there is the Crypto Night Show. And of course, we are consistent. We deliver. We typically over-deliver. And so if you want to hit us up, either MVS Crypto or myself, and you can get that for really good rates, for really good value there. And we've got some great partners in there as well. So definitely check that out. Hit us up today on Discord or Telegram. Telegram, links in the video description. All right. 17 weeks of monster thread, man. Woohoo! Bring it on. Bring on 50 weeks, right? 50 weeks. We'll still be here. God willing, we'll still be here. We'll be here. Against all defiance. All right. So that's pretty much it. Let's get into a bit of meme talk. That's our bonus topics. We're going to get into the battle of the memes. I'm going to do a whole live stream. But there's a little bit of a teaser here on some of the drama that's been going on. Now, what I want to do is I want to pull up Rack Michelle first. So let me do that. Let me do it in private. Hey, Rackham. Yo, Rackham. Yeah. Oh, we might be here. Oh, he could be. No, it's a big tease. He's not here. But we're going to talk about some of his posts that he's been doing and some of the drama that's been unfolding in the battle of the memes. Now, let's see where we're going. I think which is the first one here. We got it. It's... we're about how far back? Okay, so let's go back. We're going to do his competition and giveaways as well. So let's get into that. But bam, don't forget to get in the chat there as well. We are 48 minutes on the hour, so we're doing pretty well with our time. Now, Rackham did another giveaway. He's been doing a lot of giveaways over the last sort of 6 weeks, something like that. He had a $1,000 giveaway, grand prize $1,000. Although he's changed that. He has a tendency to change things as time goes on. But that may end up being 4 winners. So I don't know. It's a change around. But anyway, that's ending pretty soon. So we'll get to that in a minute. But that's not really the topic of what I'm talking about. But we've got little pictures of Bria, the dog. Now it's spelled Briar, but it's actually pronounced Bria. That is from Miss Rochelle. So we don't want to misname the dog. Even though I'm terrible at doing it a lot of time. But that is the dog. That is Bria. And will it become the most famous dog on PulseChain? Will it become the number one meme on PulseChain, which is what Rackham talked about several weeks ago. And there's been a bit of drama since then, but it looks like it's settled down and things are already set to go. And there's Bria, a very playful dog. Yeah, there we go. That is Bria right there. So for those that love dogs, will this become the #1 meme coin on PulseChain? He also talked about this today. Obviously, it's got Coinwell coming, so people are highly anticipating Coinwell. It is finally. Rackham many years ago had a number of platforms that he was going to launch with Saudi investment coming into the chain, things like that. But unfortunately, the SEC came along on the 31st of July, 2023, and kind of rained on all the parade there because you don't really want to get tied into a chain with that hanging over it at the time, especially if you're a large venture capitalist and you've got big ideas and big investors. So, but now we've been free from the SEC since the 7th of July, and really free to launch these protocols now. So kind of cool. Not only that, but PulseChain has, the advantage of having a positive case law decision against it. So it is now probably the strongest crypto on the planet right now, PulseChain. People don't think about that, but PulseChain's sitting pretty special along with Hex and PulseX, all under the decision. So thanks very much. And you can thank Richard Hart for that again. So there we go. In the racing, it's not always the fastest car that takes the win. A team like McLaren gains an edge not only through speed, but through precision, the balance of weight, control, and braking. The ability to wait until the very last moment to brake creates a decisive advantage. And so from our inception, Coinwell understood that crypto would demand the same philosophy, infrastructure, precision, and routing would matter far more than chasing raw speed alone. Today, our systems achieve both unrivaled speed and world-class routing, setting a standard for blockchain technology that's second to none. So that's Coinwell, little advertising for that. So we've got a couple of things going on. We've got the giveaways going on. We've got Coinwell coming up. Arguably, it could launch as early as, I don't know, maybe the 12th of September. That's kind of what we've got the day, and that's based on a post that Rackham did saying there were 27 days. So we're still stuck to that, although we have seen a couple of posts from Miss Rackham Shell talking about, within a month. So it's somewhere in that range in September, let's say. But the 12th is still our target date. Now, obviously, they had to sort some stuff out in the Bria community. And it looks like that's been done now. And then Rackham posted this 14 hours ago. Interesting. Bria just discovered what a P-wave was. Always precedes a QRS complex. And of course, just check my pup. Still got a heartbeat. Now, basically, the P-wave arguably is the chart what we've had so far. And that a QRS is Q is at the bottom of the next move, and R is a super move. So the idea is that this is the baby part of the move, and that there's potentially a massive re-rate on the Bria token coming up. Now, you don't want to be part of the S part of that QRS because the S part is after it's had the big pump and it gets sold off. So if you take the Q and R, that's pretty bullish ahead of us. So, and then we saw a bit of a pump in the old Bria chart, right? So that's happened over the night. So there we go. A little bit of a teaser there. Hopefully that helps break it down a little bit there. I think from my perspective, the Bria coin is viable. So his, reiterating his support again after settling things out with what was going on with the coin in the community, because we can take it and force utility on it. Now, obviously, Coinwell and Coinarchy and things like that potentially can all be used to support the underlying value in Bria, and of course, get supply off the market, etc. Offer yield and things like that. Then I can really get behind behind that. I want it to be a meme coin, but have real value, and that will make it awesome. P.S. Stop buying and let the price drop so I can buy more. Seriously, I bet you if the price drops back to below 400k market cap, I can buy, can do what I want. Now, he did get 30 million tokens, as I understand it, from the founder to get it all off. So, but if he's going to support it, then he's obviously going to accumulate a bigger position and get other investors into it, right? So that 400k market cap is a pretty interesting number. Now, I did talk about that in the strategy club, so if you want to hear about my thoughts about that, you can jump in the strategy club and talk about that. But let's have a look at the chart at the moment. So this is the chart right now. So we're currently sitting at 600,000 pulse per Bria token. But let's have a look at the rate of price. We're currently sitting at 0.006,000, and you can see that this is, I guess, his S curve that he's talking about, and therefore, what does a QRS look like, right? So what does that look like? Well, the idea is that we're getting closer and closer to the potential Coinwell launch on the 12th of September. Now, this may be slightly after, obviously, because we've had a little bit of mixed signals there from Miss Rochelle's post in the Telegram, but This is the when the post for 27 days came out, right, on the 16th of August. So that's what we're counting down. We're going to stick to that as a potential target date. And so, yeah, but are we going to get this QRS move? And of course, that could be huge hyper pump in the price coming up, like way smashing this previous all-time high at 3,200 a penny. So we'll see how that goes. You can jump into the strategy club if you want to learn more about that. And of course, that also has a time range in that model as well. So we'll keep a lookout for that as well. Pretty interesting comment, though, coming from Rackham Michelle. Now, obviously, Rackham loves a good battle of the memes. And, of course, he's going to be supporting that on his new sites launching. And I think that's a great idea. And, of course, whoever wins, I guess, the battle, any particular cycle, they're going to burn the token, which is fantastic for meme coins because, over time creates more value. So, yeah, that is where we are right now. So we're going to see that we've got a bit of an uptrend move. Is it going to be a hyper pump? We're going to get that QR part of the move. It could be mega huge. So it's got a 600k market cap right now. Now, who's the main target that Rackham Michelle has been battling weeks ago? Of course, it was Peacock, right? Peacock there from Liberty Swap. And as I say, we're probably going to do a whole live stream on the battle of the memes because I think this is obviously going to be a very key category moving up into the future. And we will have, I don't know, maybe we'll have half a dozen meme coins that really do some pretty crazy stuff in value. But who will be the king of them? Who will be the king of the memes? And Peacock at the moment is already at 3.6 million market cap, so it's already winning that game. And of course, we'll see what Briar does. But if we look at the market cap of Bria, I say Briar again, didn't I? Bria has touched, as you guys know, when the first run up, Bria did touch a market cap of 3.6 million. So that's kind of where that is. Where's Peacock? What's the best market cap of Peacock? Let's have a look at that so far. Well, it has done some pretty insane numbers so far. It's been up at 14.61 million. It is currently at 3.7 million down now. So now it doesn't have, it has a Liberty Swap supporting it, but it doesn't have a big whale like Rackham Michelle and all the platforms that are coming, right? So there is going to be an interesting battle here. Also, the ability of the team, of the communities to do memes. If you're in a meme coin, you got to do memes, right? You got to get memes out there. And so you're going to have to see lots of dogs, AI dogs that all look like Bria out there. You're going to have to see lots of peacocks, which we do. We see lots of peacocks. So yeah, we're going to see peacocks versus dogs, Bria dogs. We're going to see battles and all sorts of stuff. That's kind of what we should be seeing as we move forward into the bull market, right? So don't just expect it to be another coin that you're getting into. You're getting into a whole little meme community that's battling away. Say. So that's Peacock right now. And yeah, we're going to see where it all lands. Going to be pretty interesting. But that is a little bit of an overview there. And obviously, for Coinwell, it's going to be funded with about $1 to $10 million from Rackham Michelle privately. And that's going to potentially support maybe 4 to 8 pools. So obviously, Bria looking as top dog for one of those. So we're going to keep a look out for that. Now, there's a little video that he made 11 hours ago on Bria. So he's definitely back, big support for the Bria dog there, and game on. Now, it's going to be interesting because as PulseChain goes forward, this little pup Bria is going to become a full, I guess, adult dog, right, during the whole phase. So it's a bit like Pulse of the Fallen. We were going to be, sharing the journey with the anime story. We're going to be sharing the story there with Bria. So it does have an advantage there as well, right? There's no, as far as I know, there's no real live peacock out there that's mascot, but maybe they should get a little baby peacock out there. But at the moment, you're going to have a Bria there as well. So there's a little bit of stuff. So that's from Rackham Michelle. So the battle of the meme coins is coming up, and we're going to be talking about that probably in another live stream. Hopefully tomorrow we'll cover that because I think it'll be a fun topic. We're going to go further afield. We're going to cover more meme coins that I think that may end up being winners. So if you've got any ideas, you let me know in the chat around meme coins that you think are going to be winners on PulseChain. Maybe the top 6. Let's just think of about like that. Maybe the top 6 that are really going to do well. Obviously, there's going to be a king of the hill. Will it be Bria? Will it be Peacock? Will it be something else? Will it be, I guess we've got a few other sort of hybrids out there because, really PTC the Grazer is basically a meme DAO, right? So it's got a meme, aliens, UFOs, got that meme thing. So really it's a meme DAO. So do we include that as well? So yeah, obviously a meme coin with utility is gives it a lot more edge in some ways. So that's kind of cool. Now, 5 hours ago, there was only 4 hours left for this contest. So I think it's finished now, actually. 3 hours ago, we're going to pick winners. So theoretically, it must be finished about now. It must be finished out now. And we see that people are talking about the giveaways there. Contest one update. We had an update about that. So there's not already to do with the memes, but there was a big contest. Thank you everyone that participated in our recent contest. This one was incredible. Our team is now carefully tabulating results. Each winner will receive $250, so it looks like they're going for a 4-to-1 there. In the meantime, while you wait for the big deal, we invite you to enjoy the promo video for Bria. Bria is the official K9 meme coin of the PulseChain community, created in the spirit of fun and because every layer 1 blockchain deserves its own loyal 4-legged mascot there, official Bria Telegram. So there we go. That's about as good as it gets for the sign of approval there from Rackham. And we've got more Bria videos coming out. So you probably can't hear the sound, but there's a soundtrack to it. So you can check it out. Very good. There we go. I think next they're going to have Bria riding a peacock. I bet it'll be Bria riding a peacock next. Have we got Hex Vader in house there? Big shout out. Good to welcome to the chat, Hex Vader. And we've got Fast Abdul as well from Ink Printer. I'm here for the text, says Fast Abdul. Here is indeed. All right, so they're looking good there. That is some of the stuff there from Rackham. He's been very busy actually, to be honest, on there. So that is pretty much it. Oh, we had the winners here. So there we go. The following members won $250 of their choice. Rojan, BitGenie, OX Grimp, and Pipeline Wheezy. There we go. Congratulations. Steve Hitson must be able to message you. There we go. So congratulations to all the winners. I might as well say something nice like that, shouldn't I? Congrats, winners. And bam. All right, so that was kind of cool. And that is in the mix. So that is kind of cool. We got obviously the meme coins, but we're going to get into, we're going to jump ship now from meme coins and get into Unity. Why not, eh? Let's get into Unity. Unity causing a storm on PulseChain. This, I think, of course, defying the odds. It's been like a stable coin during the volatility on PulseChain, and it's from Cryptographics, of course. So well-known PulseChain and Titanx influencer who's now a founder of his own project and really pushing the frontier of tokenomics, which is what I love. I love that. That's why it's really cool to support the man and the project. Is that the way that we talk about it? The man and the project. We got the ratio there. Sorry, the price at the moment, $20.80, and we've had a high. What's the high price now? $21.06 has been the high price. We're at $20.80 right now. I don't think there's going to be slowing down anytime soon. Let's look at the ratio to PulseX. Is all-time highs, 670,000 PulseX per one Unity right now. 670,000 PulseX. Look at that, and we've got this yellow, this orange line is when we got the first supply really coming out. Then it's only maybe 1,000, so it will probably have an impact if people sell it, but people might stake some of it, who knows. And we've got the buy and burn operating all the time. We've got potentially people buying and staking, so we've got all these buy features, and then we've got the supply adjustment coming up. So yeah, that's day 23. So we've still got plenty of days, right? Plenty of days. How high will the price go? Well, I let my when we were way back down at the beginning, I let my estimate go. What I thought it could be. And of course, I had been watching Taurus, right? So I had a bit of an idea. And then we had way bigger adoption on PulseChain straight out of the gate. So it meant that, and a different profile for creations, that it meant that we had potential for going higher in the price. And that's exactly what we've seen happen. So there we go, 670 right now. It'll be sometime once we get past here into this zone here, we'll start to see some adjustments in the price, right? And particularly by the time we get from day 23 to what day was it, 33 or something like that, 35, so I can't remember the exact day, but in there somewhere. So that is kind of cool. That is Unity, and it's performing like a boss and acted more than a store of value, or actually an increasing store of value, right? Let's jump over to the protocol itself. How we're doing for time? An hour and 4 minutes. We've got a few minutes left. So let's go to the price there and look at the returns. The yields are probably insane. I haven't looked at it myself. Oh, look at that. 27,400%. OMG. OMG. We didn't even see that on Taurus from memory. I think Taurus was like 22,000, 23,000, just from memory there. But 27. I bet Cryptographics is falling off his seat laughing because it's crazy. It's probably outdoing all his modeling and everything else. But PulseX right now, that's where we are. And look at the daily there, 311% on. You can use Pulse or PulseX to go in there. Staking, of course, you have to use Unity. We're at 4,000%, and that is 45% per day, and we're on day 14. So we've had 13 full days, and we're 6 hours and 50 minutes into day 14. That's kind of where we are right now. Looking at the buy and burn, it keeps capturing all the value that goes in there. Pulse and PulseX gets captured in the treasuries, and we've got buy and burn sitting at $411,000 in the buy and burn. 1% of that's being used right now, so it's about just over $4,000. And that $4,000 is helping to buy and burn, push the price up, right? Because there's not really much supply out there. So that's very important. Let's see what else we got. The buy and build. Buy and build here is $283,000, something like that. So it's additional. So it's in buy and build, and that's filling. That's basically feeding fat liquidity, right? So it gives a lot more cushion and maturity to the project, having a bigger liquidity pool there, adding it to more the big players, right? The big players like PulseXs of the world. Maybe not quite that big, but heading up to that direction. We're going to look at that in a minute, actually. I remember I was going to talk about that. Fractal at the moment. We got over 200,000 there. So another 200,000. So looking really, really good. So 600, what did I say? 600, almost 900,000 by my account, and that's with Pulse and PulseX down, just starting to make a bit of a comeback. So we get a little bit of a rally, a couple of 15-20% days on PulseX, and this all starts to heading towards $1 million plus and onwards and upwards from there. The stats at the moment, 2 million. I bet the Cryptographics really laughing at that. Look at that, 2 million in today's reward pool at the current price. Now, obviously, this is not necessarily realizable, but as more people go in, it becomes more self-fulfilling. Maybe not this target, but certainly as we go on. We have dropped below 99,000 for the first day. So we're on 98,967. This goes down by 0.08% per day. The liquid amount right now is 1,960 tokens. Not a lot of tokens there. The total Unity supply has dropped below 17,000. We're now at 16,850. I did think that, with enough days left, we could possibly get as low as 14,000, 15,000. But that would require, no more dumping, people buying and staking, and of course the buy and burn continue to operate. The burn Unity is 31,600. The stake Unity 6,247. Number of shares 1.92 billion, and the PulseX burned 1.56 billion. So there we go. Let's have a quick look at the dashboard and see where things are coming out. We're going to have a go to the log scale, and we can see, like I said, day 23 is the first day. We've got really some significant yield creations coming out. We've got about 1,600 tokens, and that is the same thing as this orange line here. That's the orange line, right? So that is that candle there. Currently, we're on day, what do we say, day 14? So day 14, we do have 44 tokens coming out, but really not really much to move the market much. And that's true right until day 23. And then the next day, we've got a couple of days that are kind of, decent, 2,300 on the 29th, almost 2,900 there, or actually 3,300 here on the 31st. But then by the time we get to day 34, which is, around when I said day 35, we've got about 13,000. And we'll definitely have this price definitely won't be holding up by the time we get there, right? So just take note of that. So that is where we are right now, and kind of cool. PulseX burns. Look at that. Cool. Burning PulseX. Look at that. Pretty neat. So yeah, we had pretty big adoption straight out of the gate. The first 5 days definitely slowed down since then. And if you look at the cumulative PulseX burn, then is it right there. So obviously with more adoption, we obviously get more positive sentiment back in PulseChain. We'll get more participation, et cetera, et cetera. The other one is Taurus. Let's have a quick look. Taurus is not on PulseChain, but this is was launched first, right? It's on day 53. It's about 39 days ahead. The price there is $1.44, so it gives you a little bit of, what it might be like on PulseChain. We're going to have some slight differences, though, because of early adoption and the profile of creations. But at the moment, we've got the yield at 2,700% on creations, which is how much a day? 30%. And staking at the moment is 3,252. So staking is, we've flipped the coin in the last 4 days, and this is exactly what's supposed to happen, right? and we have now got staking as a more profitable play. So people take their Taurus that's coming out and they stake it because it's a better yield, right? So that is kind of the play there. And the yield's still pretty terrific. Look at that, 3,200%, 37% per day. So that is how that's done. It captures Titanx and ETH, of course, because we're on the ETH channel here. We got $355,000 in the buy and burn, so it's about $3,500 of buy pressure for Taurus. We got a buy and build at 245,000, let's say, and that's thickening up the liquidity. And then we got the fractal there, about 200,000 in there as well. Now, obviously, if ETH recovers and Titanx recovers, then this could all go up in value very, very quickly in US dollar terms. Just remember that. Stats, of course, we got 138,000. So we had 2 million in Unity. 2 million in Unity. Look at that. And here, that's on day 14. And here on Taurus, we got 138,000. And the amount of the reward in the day's pool was 95,900. So that is pretty interesting. The liquid amount is 3,000, which is not too much more than what we've got over on Unity, funny enough. So after 39 days extra, right? Crazy. Total supply, 51,000 Taurus. Total burn, 24,200. And the stake Taurus, 14,300. We've got 3.46 billion shares. And total Titanx burn, 229 billion. Now remember, this is quite a simple protocol. There's a reward pool every day, and there's a share pool. And the more shares you have of that share pool, the more of the rewards you get. So that's simple. That's the highest, simplest level to understand this protocol. And to get shares, you can either create shares or stake shares. Stake Taurus for shares. That's pretty much it. And that's how you get shares. So it's all a battle over shares. And the battle over shares is get you more of the reward pool. That's pretty much it. That's the whole game in simple terms. But of course, people have got tactics about creation ladders, staking ladders, etc. Keeping the certain amount of share percentage. Lots of people got different strategies to try and get the most out of the protocol. That's pretty much it. Kind of cool. Let's actually have a look at the chart here because this is really interesting. How we're doing for time. We're on an hour and 11 minutes. We're doing good. I did start quarter of an hour early, so there we go. Let's jump over to the what I want to look at is this. Look at this. So this is a little glimpse into how Unity is going to work right in the future. Quite a big glimpse, and we can see. Look at us. I was looking at these candles here. Remember that? I was looking at these orange candles. But look at the last 2 days since we've had. Look at that. Creations now. Staking is now the main thing. This is exactly what's supposed to happen. So kind of cool. This is where the math is driving us. Pretty awesome there. Look at that. Bam, bam, bam. So looking good. Well done. Bravo to cryptographic. It's going to be fun to see this, man. We're on the frontier of tokenomics here with this project. And look, we got these all these unlocks here and coming out the end. There's the max period, right? So just this day, I probably should have said what day this is. This is the maximum day at the moment because every day we add another day. We're on day 140 in the future. That's basically where it is. So 88 plus the 50 days that we were on, 53 days or whatever. So total stakes are climbing, right? So creations are slowing down and stakes are increasing. That's exactly what we would expect to see. We're going to see this on Unity too. We can see that the creations have definitely been very low over the last few days. So you're talking like 12 yesterday, which is actually a bit of a spike there, 12, but 7 and 4 the last couple of days, 6. So yeah, somewhere between maybe 4 and 12 what we've been seeing the last week. But look at what we're seeing. So this is pretty flat. Look at that. It's pretty flat, except with a little jump today. But look what we've seen over here on the staking. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! There we are. Look at that jump, man. 12 and 14. So really we've started to ramp up there and look at the tick up there in the staking. Exactly what is supposed to happen. So there we go. And that's on day 54, right? So day 54. So that's pretty much a breakdown of Taurus, a little sneak peek potentially what's going to happen with Unity, most likely. And of course, it will be slightly different because different creation profiles and adoption levels, etc. Different, underlying prices on the chains, etc. And also promotion activity as well. So that is it on the old Unity and Taurus, and the chart speaks for itself, looking pretty good. Now, I do have a few minutes I got 1 minute. I got 1 minute to talk about the size of what is dominating. So we're going to go to market cap. We're going to look at different perspectives, but we can actually see, excluding Remember, I'm going to exclude Remember. We're going to take in Hex, obviously, it's got the biggest market caps at the moment. Now, obviously, you can include OA coins or exclude them, etc., things like that. But we've got the market caps around 5.6 billion right now for Hex. We've got PulseX at the moment, 4.4 billion for PulseX. And of course, liquidity pools are the other metric we can look at. We'll do that in a minute. We're going to ignore some of these other tokens, like this new one today, right, with its funny market cap. We're going to ignore all that. Sun Minimal, that's a big corporate on PulseChain, 213 million. SolidX, of course, is also there, 192 million there. And then we've got PUSD, the Greys, as well, 131 million. So it gives you an idea of what are the core coins and what are maybe some of the blue chips. They're based on market cap, right? And of course, we make some exceptions because they don't really fit there, right? They're more just an illusion than anything. Lady Gaga's there too. An illusion, of course, $18 of volume. Shouldn't be there, really, right? So there we go. We got INC there, 87 million. So all the Richard Hart cores. Then we get some pretty interesting ones down here. We've got the ALGO and UFO. And then most wanted in there, probably fear call for some of these potentially. Now you do have to, taper them off with the volume that they're actually getting. So you can, start canceling out certain tokens that are got high market caps through using liquidity and volume, maybe ratios and things like that. Then we've got Sparta sitting there at 10 million, and then we've got Teddy Bear down there at 10 million as well. So it gives you an idea. We've got time dividend at 8.5 million. So you can kind of see the idea of how that works with some of these tokens. Let's have a quick look at it by liquidity. And we can see that if we do that, then obviously we've got a little bit of things moving around here. We've got ALGO there, 4.9 million, SolidX, 4.9 million. And then, of course, incentive code. These are separate pairs, right? So it's not just, we're not adding all the pairs up, but just they're separate pairs. So we've got 4.4 million this one, incentive token, 3.7 million this one, etc. So you get kind of see the idea there. So, but you got different pools in here. You got 1.9 million SolidX, and so on. Saw some mini meals, $800,000 liquidity. So you can kind of pick off there. So if you're out there and you're thinking about, well, what really is valuable on the chain, then these are some of the metrics that you can look at, right? And you can arguably look at ratios between volume and liquidity and things like that. But that gives us just a little bit of a way of filtering out the noise, the signal for the noise, as it were. And then you have to be pretty tough on the sort of secondary, third projects, right? Like Atropa and others out there, right? You have to be a bit tougher on that and pick out the ones that you think are actually quality. There's obviously a lot of non-numbers that are quality too. So what the question is, will we see some meme coins start to enter up here, right? Will we see some meme coins really start to enter? Sparta, it might be a meme, but really it's a DAO kind of project, right? DAO tokens arguably a meme, but does it really deserve to be there? You've got to ask yourself on the liquidity. So you have to ask some hard questions there about some of these tokens. And then will we see some of the memes? We've got Teddy Bear here as well. You've got to add up all those pools. Is it legit? You're happy with the founders' activities, all that sort of stuff, and so on. So we've got most wanted up here as well. Based on liquidity, is that fair call? Is that Richard Hart pump tire? Is that fair call to be there? And most wanted with Richard Hart's face on it. Will that be one of the top memes? And we'll probably talk about that on our meme show, the Battle of the Memes. We're going to do that hopefully tomorrow, assuming we don't get any other alpha news in between. We'll try and do that. Hut with Dog's in the house there. Big shout to Hut with the Dog. I agree with Sean, pure genius. Now, what did Sean say? Sean say, let's go back up here. Was it up here somewhere? Pads, the writing pads are genius. Green candles to come. Yeah, true. All right, we're an hour and 18 minutes, guys. I'm 3 minutes over, even though I started 15 minutes early. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We covered quite a bit of stuff. We covered PulseChain. We covered crypto. We covered PulseChain markets. We covered Richard Hart's device reveal, and promotioning activities are about to kickstart this week, I guess. I don't know how long it takes for the mail to work, but definitely probably by the end of the week, I would presume. And we've got mailed devices that are mailing out. And we've obviously got lots of stuff happening in the meme world. So it could be a lot of fun there. And I hope we showcased a few of those insights as well. We've got Monster number 17, guys. It's coming out later today, and it's going to have all the hottest, latest news. It's being worked on this afternoon, so look forward to that. We've got some great news in there, and we've got some great projects in there as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you can look forward to Monster Thread number 17. Consistency is the key in crypto, right? Consistency in promotions, consistency in education, consistency in picking off the quality assets, and just being around for when the timing is right. You can be in a bear market for a couple of years, just being in the right place at the right time for a couple of months, which is where we feel like we are right now, can be the difference between mad gains and being, damn it, man, I sold my ex kind of guy, right? So remember that. All right, J Pon says, Superman, legend, appreciate that. Big shout out and a big thank you to everyone in the community. Much appreciated, of course. All right, enjoy yourselves. Chat you again tomorrow. Look forward to the monster thread coming out later today. And yeah, it's going to be fun times, guys. It's going to be fun times in this week ahead. We're really starting to ramp up here. We've got the interest rate cuts coming up on 17th of September. It's not far away, 2.5 weeks, let's say. And game on in October, November, December, no doubt. Enjoy. Catch you on the next show. Bye for now.